What's up, Colts Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we live and breathe the horseshoe. All right, let's just get right into it. The national media wants you to buy into the lazy, tired narrative that the entire fate of our 2025 season rests on a simple, desperate coin flip. It's the story they can't stop telling. Anthony Richardson's supposedly fragile health versus Daniel Jones's supposedly uninspiring history. They're calling it quarterback quandary, a high-stakes competition that will inevitably lead to another disappointing season and a complete house cleaning. But we are here to tell you what they are completely, fundamentally missing. This situation isn't a problem to be solved. It's the glorious result of a calculated and brilliant plan that's been years in the making. What the pundits see as a sign of weakness, as a team hedging its bets, is actually the final critical piece of a championship blueprint. The front office, led by a newly focused Chris Ballard, hasn't created a quarterback controversy. They've created quarterback certainty. They have brilliantly constructed a roster that is built to win games, to dominate, with either a superstar in the making or a steady veteran hand at the helm. This isn't a prove-it year. It's a showcase year. A showcase for one of the most intelligently designed rosters in the entire league. The national media is hyper-focused on one position, but those of us who have been paying attention know the real story is how the entire team has been systematically rebuilt around a new, aggressive, and frankly, terrifying identity. So, forget that pathetic 7.5 win projection. It's a complete joke. Today, we're going to break down the three core pillars of the blueprint that prove why the Indianapolis Colts are one of the most strategically well-positioned teams in the entire league, and why this is the year the plan becomes undeniable. But before we dive in, if you believe in the horseshoe and know this team is being slept on, smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our insider content all season long. Let's start with the narrative that has the entire football world talking, the quarterback position. The simplistic take is Richardson's ceiling versus Jones's floor. It's a convenient, easy headline that completely misses the entire point of what head coach Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard have built. The genius of this design is that our offense is now built to thrive with both skill sets, making this team adaptable, resilient, and dangerous on a weekly basis. This isn't a competition of desperation. It's the activation of a masterfully built offensive arsenal. Think about it. The front office didn't just give the quarterbacks competition, they gave them their most important missing piece, the weapon this system has been crying out for. That weapon is first-round pick Tyler Warren. Calling him just a tight end is an insult. He is the Dallas Goedert style of versatile, all-around weapon that is the absolute linchpin of Shane Steichen's most explosive offenses. He's a matchup nightmare who can line up anywhere, a violent runner after the catch, and the ultimate security blanket for whoever is under center. The national media universally praised this as a dream pick because it was so obvious, yet they failed to see how he single-handedly raises the floor and ceiling of the entire offense. Now, I know you've heard the noise about the offensive line after losing veterans Ryan Kelly and Will Fries. The national talking heads see this as a panicked cost-cutting measure, a definitive step back. But what we know is that this was a strategic pivot. It was a move showing immense trust in O-line coach Tony Sperano Jr., a man who players swear by and who is known for getting the absolute most out of his guys. This wasn't about subtraction. It was about evolution. It was about trusting the young maulers they drafted for these exact roles, like Matt Goncalves and Tanner Bortolini, and adding high upside talent like rookie Jalen Travis. This is a younger, more athletic, and frankly, hungrier line coached by a master technician, ready to protect our quarterback and pave the way for a dominant ground game. And who are they paving the way for? Only the most underrated weapon in the entire league, Jonathan Taylor. JT is the engine, the heart, and the soul of this offense. And now, the front office has given him a deeper, more formidable stable of running mates. They added the explosive Khalil Herbert and drafted the buzzworthy rookie DJ Giddens, a guy who's already drawing comparisons to a young Marlon Mack and is seen by those in the know as a sleeper who can immediately challenge for carries. With this trio, our 8th-ranked rushing attack from a year ago is now even more lethal. taking immense pressure off whoever is taking the snap. This isn't addition by subtraction. It's a full-scale evolution. The offense is now more dynamic, less predictable, and has a tailor-made support system to elevate either Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones to a winning level. It's a beautiful, risk-insulated design. And while the offense has been cleverly retooled for success, the biggest strategic overhaul, the one that will truly shock the league, happened on the other side of the ball. Mark my words, the single most important move of the Colts' 2025 offseason wasn't signing a quarterback. It was hiring defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo. This wasn't just a staff change. It was a complete and total philosophical and identity transplant for a unit that was a dismal 29th in yards allowed last season. This was Chris Ballard, looking at a massive weakness and not just patching it, but turning it into a projected strength. Let's be blunt. For years, we've watched a passive, predictable defensive scheme under Gus Bradley. Anarumo is the absolute polar opposite. We have moved from a static, bend but don't break system to Anarumo's famously aggressive, multiple formation defense. The buzz from inside the building confirms this is a massive upgrade. His scheme is designed to be versatile, confusing, and to dictate the terms of engagement. It's a system that will finally unleash our best defensive playmakers, like Kenny Moore, allowing them to move around and make game-wrecking plays in ways they simply couldn't before. And the front office didn't just hire the architect, they bought him the exact materials he needed to build his masterpiece. The major free agent acquisitions weren't just about grabbing talent. They were about finding the perfect scheme fit. Signing Charvarius Ward and Cam Bynum wasn't just about spending money on defensive backs. They are the hand-picked veteran cornerstones for Anarumo's DB-heavy scheme. These moves in one offseason transformed our secondary from what was honestly a catastrophe into an undisputed strength with leadership and ball skills. This newfound defensive aggression directly supports the offensive game plan. More creative blitzes and disguised coverages will lead to more turnovers and better field position. This means our offense won't have to be perfect. They won't have to march 80 yards every single time to put points on the board. The defense is no longer a liability the offense has to overcome. It's a weapon that will actively help them win games. And if you had any doubt about the commitment to this new identity, look no further than the draft. The selection of Ohio State's JT Tuimoloau in the second round was a direct injection of the disruptive, high-motor, pass-rushing presence needed to make Anarumo's defense truly sing. It was a decisive move that addressed a key concern from the national media and provided another crucial chess piece for our new defensive mastermind. They built a defense to control games and an offense that can win in multiple ways. But the final piece of this brilliant blueprint is the one the rest of the league won't see coming. The secret weapons hiding in plain sight. They're ready to be deployed. A good plan solves today's problems. A brilliant plan builds the future. And that's the final pillar of this masterpiece. The Colts 2025 draft and UDFA class isn't just about depth. It's a hand-picked collection of high-upside assassins perfectly suited for the team's new, aggressive identity. These aren't just prospects. They're players the coaching staff is already incredibly excited about. You want to know who the insiders are buzzing about? Look no further than third-round pick Justin Wally. While the national media might glance past the third-rounder, local reports are screaming that the coaching staff absolutely loves the cornerback from Minnesota. They see him as a perfect fit for Anarumo's aggressive mentality and are reportedly looking for any excuse to get him on the field. That's not just coach speak. That's a sign of a player who is going to make an impact sooner rather than later. The front office's eye for talent goes far beyond the first few rounds. Running back DJ Giddens, a fifth-round pick, is already drawing comparisons to a young Marlon Mack and is viewed by people in the know as a legitimate sleeper who has the physicality and speed to immediately challenge Khalil Herbert for the RB2 spot. And how about the undrafted guys? Every year, Ballard finds a gem, and this year's UDFA darling is clearly safety Trey Washington from Ole Miss. His incredible motor, versatility, and hard-hitting tackling have him positioned as a player with a real shot to make the final 53-man roster. These aren't just camp bodies. They are tangible evidence of a deep, intelligent scouting process that finds value everywhere. This constant infusion of hungry, young talent creates real competition at every single position group, raising the floor of the entire roster and insulating the team from the injury concerns that have plagued us in the past. And we're already seeing the incredible payoff from previous drafts. Look at safety Nick Cross. For a couple of years, he was seen as a project. Now, he is consistently praised by those who watch practice every day as an ascending talent. His instincts in tackling have vastly improved, and he is ready to become a reliable impact starter in our revamped Anarumo-led secondary. This isn't just about one draft class. It's about a consistent, proven philosophy of identifying and developing talent that fits a specific vision. It's about building a roster that is not only ready to win now, but is built to sustain that success for years to come. So let's put all the pieces of the blueprint together. The national media sees a coin flip at quarterback. We see a brilliant, two-pronged offensive attack supported by a top-tier running game and a new, game-changing Swiss Army knife at tight end in Tyler Warren. They see a defense that was a liability, ranked 29th in the league. We see a unit completely reborn under a new defensive master in Lou Anarumo, with transformative, hand-picked talent in the secondary, and a scheme finally designed for aggression, pressure, and creating turnovers. They see a collection of unproven rookies. We see a wave of secret weapons and ascending young talent, guys like Justin Wally, DJ Giddens, and Nick Cross, who are all handpicked to fit this new identity and are ready to make an immediate impact. The Colts front office didn't just stumble through this offseason reacting to problems. They executed a precise, multi-layered blueprint. They created offensive adaptability. They forged a new defensive identity. And they stacked the roster with players who are on the rise, not on the decline. And here's the kicker. According to multiple analyses, the Colts have the 8th easiest schedule in the entire league this year. When you combine that favorable schedule with this roster construction, that 7.5 win total the so-called experts are projecting isn't a goal. It's the absolute floor for a team this well-constructed and this hungry. This is the year the noise stops. This is the year the blueprint becomes undeniable. This is the year the Indianapolis Colts show the world that they didn't just rebuild, they reloaded. Which part of this Colts blueprint makes you most confident for the 2025 season? Is it the offensive arsenal, the Anarumo defensive revolution, or the wave of young talent? Let us know in the comments below. Go Colts.
If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to keep up to date with more football stories and events.